Welcome to this explainer. The scale of what we're looking at today is literally off the charts. The 2026 World Cup, hosted right across North America, is the biggest sporting event in history. And yet, its entire fate basically comes down to a remarkably small group of individuals.
Okay, let's dive right into this. 104 games. That's not a typo. That is a massive, sprawling schedule, stretching across the entire continent.
And filling up those 104 matches, 48 competing countries. We have literally never seen a World Cup field this huge before. It brings this whole new level of tactical complexity, not to mention the physical demands on the squads trying to navigate it, especially with millions of North Americans tuning into the sport for the very first time.
But here's the wild part. Despite that sprawling schedule, despite 48 nations battling it out, the reality is that just 5 players are going to dictate everything. Seriously. Not the intricate defensive tactics, not who has the deepest bench, just 5 men hold the ultimate fate of this entire cup right in the palms of their hands.
Now, if you're new to this, you might hear it called the Super Bowl of the planet. But if you follow the beautiful game, we know it's way bigger than that. This is the absolute pinnacle of the sport. It's that once-in-a-4-year event where the world's biggest stars, playing right now in North American cities, are brought to their knees by national expectations. So let's count down the 5 guys currently carrying the weight of this massive tournament on their shoulders.
Coming in at number 5, Vinicius Jr. and the burden of Brazil.
So Vinicius Jr. is arguably the most entertaining, electrifying player on the planet right now, lighting it up for Real Madrid. But take a look at this number, 24. What's really interesting here is that this number represents the suffocating weight of Brazil's 24-year World Cup drought. Think about that. Brazil is the most famous footballing nation on earth. They basically invented the beautiful game, yet they've been waiting, stumbling, and just falling apart for over 2 decades now. And Vinicius, he's the guy expected to finally snap that agonizing streak.
And honestly, he's got the exact toolkit to pull it off. I mean, he just won the Ballon d'Or. That's basically the MVP of the entire sport. He's got this unstoppable pace that just shatters defensive lines and skill that literally makes world-class goalkeepers look foolish. But crucially, and you don't want to miss this, look at that third point, his chemistry with Brazil's coach Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti is the legendary manager who already coached him to club glory at Real Madrid. That built-in trust, that sets Vinicius up perfectly to take his club success, translate it to the national team, and finally bring glory back home.
Moving on to number 4, Kylian Mbappe and the revenge.
Listen, Mbappe is borderline unfair. He is impossibly fast, and he's got a massive personal score to settle. Let's look at this timeline. Back in 2018, he conquers the world at just 19 years old. Crazy, right? Then jump to 2022. France makes it back to the final, facing off against Argentina. Mbappe scores a hat-trick, 3 goals in the biggest game on earth, and his team still lost on penalties. Can you even imagine the unimaginable pain of scoring 3 times in a World Cup final and walking away completely empty-handed? Because of that, 2026 is a pure mission for revenge.
Which brings us right to this quote. The greatest players in sport history don't just want to win. They want to erase the pain of losing. A hungry, highly motivated Mbappe stepping onto the biggest stage in the world, desperate to erase that brutal loss from 2022? Yeah, that is currently the single most dangerous thing in all of football.
Up next at number 3, Lamine Yamal and the teenage prodigy.
Okay, you need to prepare yourselves for this because it doesn't even sound real. Spain's Lamine Yamal might just be the best player in the world. At 18, literally 18 years old. The immediate comparisons people are making to his Barcelona predecessor, Lionel Messi, they are entirely earned. Yamal has this left foot and a dribbling ability that frankly makes it look like he's doing things that shouldn't be physically possible on a pitch.
His rise has been, quite frankly, terrifying. Check this table out. At 17, he didn't just become the youngest player to appear at the Euros, he won the whole thing, scoring an absolute stunner in the semifinal. Now, at 18, he is fully unleashed to lead the world's top-ranked Spanish side at the World Cup. It's wild to think about, but Spain's entire offense, all that precise passing and beautiful control, flows directly through a teenager whose ceiling we don't even know yet. Defenses double, even triple team him, and he just makes it work anyway.
Number 2, Lionel Messi. And The Last Dance. So the 2022 champion finally achieved his lifelong dream, and now he's playing on his new home turf over in America for Inter Miami. Sure, at 38 years old, he might not have that lightning-fast burst of pace he had a decade ago. He's not going to be out there pressing defenders for a full 90 minutes. But what does he bring? The football brain, the vision, that totally unmatched left foot.
and this unrivaled knack for showing up exactly when the stakes are highest. He just knows how to deliver when his country needs him most.
He enters this tournament as the defending champion, the GOAT, playing his final chapter right here on home soil. And look, with an absolutely stacked Argentina squad built around him, featuring guys like Lautaro, Martinez, Alvarez, and Di Maria, they are primed to go all the way again. If Messi lifts that trophy one last time, it actually transitions from just football history into human history. It's that big.
And finally, at number 1, the throne. Who takes over?
Actually, scratch that. The number 1 spot isn't even a single person. The most crucial point of this entire tournament is the fierce debate over who inherits the throne from the incredible Messi and Ronaldo era. Look at this matchup. On one side, you've got 26-year-old Kylian Mbappe. He's a proven star, dripping with speed and charisma, who's been the focal point of world football for 8 years now. On the other side, 18-year-old Lamine Yamal. This rising prodigy with pure talent and a ceiling so high it's unreal. We are very likely looking at a massive coronation match between France and Spain before this is all over.
And that gives us the absolute ultimate narrative here. If Mbappe wins, he permanently cements his place among the undisputed all-time greats of the game. But if Yamal leads Spain to glory at just 18, he literally changes the football world forever. The stakes of this head-to-head collision simply couldn't be higher for the future of the sport.
Which leaves us with this final massive question. Who is the next face of the sport? Is it the man seeking his ultimate revenge, or the teenager rewriting reality right before our eyes? This tournament is happening right now, in our cities, across our stadiums. I highly urge you to watch and witness the answer unfold for yourself. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and enjoy the games.